I'm trying to do this intermittent fasting thing. Joe Rogan's always talking about it. It's supposed to give you loads of energy. It's like only eating within a 6-hour window a day. So I'm only going to be eating from 1 PM till 7. It sucks missing breakfast. It's a bit of a wet skate into work today. Yeah, it's not so bad actually. Those clouds, so good today. I just wish I could be out filming all day, but I gotta go to work and carry on with this project. This big canvas I'm about to start on. That was the police on that scooter. So today I'll just be drawing again. This piece is gonna end up on a canvas, so it's not super important that I do all the shading or the dot work, because that's gonna take a very long time on paper. Although I really want to do it. Should I do it before? Maybe I should. Yeah, I'm gonna do it before. I'm gonna start on shading today as well, just because I really want to see how it's gonna look before it's on the canvas. And even though it's going to take a while, it's just really fun to do, and I just want to see what the finished piece is going to look like. So before I end this vlog, because it's a pretty short one today, not a lot's happened, I just wanted to answer a few questions that I get asked a lot. I get asked this more than any other question. What pens do you use? For big pieces like this one behind me, I use Posca pens like this. I'm not sure how good they would be outdoors. I mean, I've done a bunch of paintings outdoors and I always use Montana Gold spray paint for that. You got your fine tip for like all the dot work and details. You got their big fat tips like that, which is what I do most of the line work with. And for the mandalas on paper, I use these pens, Unipin fine liners. They're pretty sweet. I've always used them. I never really got into using anything else like microns or anything. Next question, how do you draw big circles on a wall? So when I'm drawing a mandala on the wall, obviously I sketch it out in pencil first, so I don't go straight into the ink, because I want it to be as precise as possible. And for that, for drawing the big circles, I use these things. These are called trammel heads. This one shouldn't have a point on it. You can take the point off, put a pencil in there instead, just screws in there. And what these do is you can just clamp it onto anything. So you'll clamp, let me show you. I can show you on this piece of wood. This will be your center point. You clamp it on here, you get the other one. And so this goes in the center and you just spin it around and it draws your circle. I like these because there's no limit to how big you can actually go. If you've got a length of wood to attach it to, or in the video for this piece behind me, I used like just an extendable pole that you would normally use for painting. Yeah, they're super good. Way better than a compass. Next question. I get asked this one quite a bit and I don't understand why. Why don't you use a projector? It would save you so much time. Come on, man. Like, why don't I use a projector? I want that precision. I want it to be super accurate. As close to perfect as I can possibly get it. And it's never perfect. Even when, I spend hours and hours planning it and sketching it out on the wall and trying to make every line exact. It's never going to be perfect. And that's what I like about it. With the projector, it's kind of like you're just tracing it. Do you want an original piece of art that's been traced onto the paper? No, you want something that has had a lot of work go into it. It's not always the case. I mean, I think this is only specific to mandalas. Like, I don't know, there's just There's something about the process of creating a mandala, the figuring out all the geometry behind it and everything. It's just, I enjoy it. For me, it's not all about the finished product. Isn't that an old saying? It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. That's how I feel about it. And the follow-up question to that is, why do you use dot work instead of a faster shading technique? I just like the way it looks. That's all there is to it, you know. I just like the way it looks. Next question. Why don't you use colour in your mandalas? Why don't I use colour? Well, it's personal preference really. I like the way it looks in black and grey. I have experimented with colour before, but just black and grey looks cool to me. Next question. Where did you learn to draw mandalas? I didn't really learn to draw mandalas, I just taught myself. I remember the first time I discovered mandalas was I was hitchhiking from England to India, and we had to stay in Bulgaria for like 5 weeks because we were waiting on our Russian visas. And I had just discovered Instagram around about then, and I spent a lot of time just looking at tattoos on Instagram. And there was this one guy on there called Orj Kalodimas, and he was working on a project at the time called Solstice Mandala, drawing one mandala a day from, I think it was the summer solstice to the winter solstice. So for like 6 months straight, he was drawing a mandala every day. And I loved his work, still do. It's incredible work. He absolutely kills it. When I saw his work, just got super fascinated in mandalas. I thought it was just such a cool style. So I gave it a go, and I drew my first mandala. I wonder if I've got it. I think I've got it actually. Hang on. This is the sketchbook I was using at the time. Yeah, I'm sure it's in here somewhere. That was not my first, but it's one of them. Hang on. Oh man. Oh, this brings back memories. This was like when I got to Russia. There's old Bill Clinton. Keep flicking. Ha! This was when I used my journal as a sign for hitchhiking through Germany, I think, or Switzerland maybe. Here it is. This is my first mandala that I ever drew. I remember the day that I drew that. I just discovered Orj and I was super inspired by his work. I thought it was amazing. And I was in this like really sleepy town in Bulgaria, and we had like nothing to do because we were just sitting around waiting for our visas to come through. I went to the shop and I needed a compass, a protractor and a ruler. I thought that was all that I needed. And what I found was awful. It was like this blue plastic compass and a 15 centimeter ruler. Protractor was fine. And the compass didn't even lock. It was just all over the place, you know. But then I went back and I started drawing, and I don't know, I got addicted. I never stopped drawing mandalas since then. Like there was something there. The next year I ended up going to the jungle to do ayahuasca, and it definitely became more of a meditation for me and a practice that I cherished. It's very similar to skateboarding. You know, when you're skating, you forget about everything around you. Your mind is completely silenced. You're just focused on what you're doing. And drawing mandalas became something that was very beneficial to me at that time, and I just stuck with it. I just kept drawing them. That was like 5 years ago now, 5 or 6 years ago now. Oh, that was a good trip. Anyway, right, next question. This is the final question that I can think of. People ask me, where are you based? I'm in Peru right now. I'm originally from England, from the Black Country, and I moved to Peru like 4 years ago now. Lived in Lima for a while, didn't like it, and now I'm living in Pisac, which is right by Machu Picchu. That's about it. If you have any other questions about drawing, just let me know in the comments, and I'll make another one of these videos soon if there's enough questions. Right, how can I end the vlog?